What's up, guys? Stein back with another video. In this video I'm going to talk about belief and why it is so important. Right now I'm reading Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins, and I got this book recommendation by Brandon Carter. For those of you who don't know who he is ripped, jacked, he has a lot of money, and he's living very well right now. And he's read a lot of books. He has his top 20 books to read on his YouTube channel, actually, and I plan to read all of them because I know that reading is very beneficial. And like I said before, a lot of people don't think that reading does anything because you're just staring at a book. But in my opinion, when you do read, you're putting those positive thoughts into your brain. And there's a book actually called The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale, and it's basically the same thing and what I've been talking about on this channel, how you need to have positive thoughts always in your brain, and you need to never think negative, because life is all about having positive thoughts, and being happy. Sigmund Freud said that the primary motive of humans is to be happy, and in order to do this, we need to have delayed gratification right now so that we can enjoy things later in life and not go for instant gratification right at this very moment, because in most cases that's not going to suit us. So, like I said, positive thinking, read tons of books, and yes, you do need to apply the information you're being taught, but reading these books, I would say a little bit of both. You read and you apply, because you can't just apply and experience everything, and you can't just read everything. So you need to do both, read and apply. And then if you do both of these, having those positive thoughts inside your brain at all times, you're going to see a change. In Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins, what I was talking about before, belief, he is saying that everything comes from a state. Everything starts with a decisions you make every single day. There's states that you have. You're either thinking well, you're either joy, happy, or you're sad, frustrated, anxious, have anxiety, things like that. So you either have a positive emotion or you have a negative emotion. And he's talking about your state and how you can immediately change your state right away. And this kind of comes from his first book, Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, and I got that from, that's probably one of the best books I've ever read in my life. It might be the best book I've ever read in my entire life. Awaken the Giant Within, Tony Robbins. It's probably number one on the list. So he basically talks about things that you do to go from pain to pleasure and to feel good immediately. So things on that list that I have written down were things like cold showers, working out, dressing nice, going out, dressing nice, things like that, like basically things that make you uncomfortable. And because that's what allows you to grow. Because if you're just, like I said before, instant gratification all the time, you're not going to grow. So delayed gratification, that's literally the key of life, and this message needs to just be reiterated over and over and over again. I just went to the gym and I was listening to two podcasts actually. Got through half of one and then half of another. And I think that, like I said before, these are just decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis of deciding to listen to podcasts instead of music. And I wrote this down too. It's like, because music is all just a feeling. It's more of, I want to feel good, and that's not what I'm shooting for. I mean, obviously I do want to feel good, but the music gets you in kind of like a dancey kind of state of mind, like I was talking about before, state. And I don't want to be in that state. I want to be in a work state. I want to be work. And obviously, as humans, we're meant to work. I want to be in a work state. And listening to these podcasts, it's like reading books. You're getting these positive thoughts into your mind all the time. And the one thing I would say about music, though, is that if you do listen to the lyrics, then that can be beneficial because, people who write songs are very creative individuals, and they say things that, they're inventors, they're creators. So if you listen to them, then and implement what they're saying. You don't have to implement everything, but in creating rappers especially, or just any musician, I would say, for instance, country music, they talk a lot about beer and things like that, and that's not really what I'm shooting for. So I don't really listen and implement that, because obviously beer is a pleasure. Beer is to satisfy you. A lot of people use beer as a coping mechanism instead of, working out, for example. There's different vices you can use. You can use drugs, you can use alcohol as a vice if you're feeling anxious, or you can use working out. And there's two ways you can go with it. You can go negative or you can go positive. I talk about this all the time. And just because I hear this, I see this message over and over and over of every book I read, every podcast it's either delayed gratification or instant gratification. It's either pain or it's pleasure. It's either positive or it's negative. And these are the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. I just wanted to get this message out to you guys today because, these thoughts come into my mind, and thinking long term is way more important than thinking short term, because I think about this all the time though. People say, oh, I just want to have fun, blah, 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 I just want to party. Now, let's say the world ends tomorrow. I would be perfectly fine working and not having fun, not partying. I would be okay with that. I'd be okay with not going out and pleasuring myself the whole day, and I'd be fine working all day and dying. And that's the difference right there because I'm thinking in the future, and I would be proud to know that I ended my life working and not ending my life in a pleasure state of mind where I'm seeking instant gratification. And because this is how most people live their lives, and it's not like it's a bad thing to do, but I think should be delayed later until you have built a foundation for yourself that allows you to do that. Let's say business, for example. There's businesses built that have beer and alcohol as their business, which in my mind, me being a health and fitness fanatic, is not beneficial. Like, let's say McDonald's, for example. That's a perfect example. Fast food. That's a business, they make money, but they're promoting bad food. Like, it's just because I talk about this: health, wealth, love, happiness. They make the money, they make the wealth by the business, but they're promoting health, they're promoting bad food, they're promoting bad health and fitness for the consumers. And that's bad in my opinion, because I'm just trying to get everything: health, wealth, love, happiness. I want all of that. I don't just want health. And I see this a lot with a lot of people, actually. Like, I'm going to bring it back to the musicians again. A lot of them have wealth, a lot of them have good relationships and love, but they don't have health. They're not working out, but they make a lot of money. They have very good relationships with people around them, things like that, but they don't have their health in check. And I think it's important, if we get all three of these, or it would be technically four once you get happiness, but health, wealth, love, and happiness. all three of them mainly, I count love as relationships. Those two counteract. And then health and fitness, but I just count it health because it's main general. If we get all three, four of these, we're set. We're good to go. And I like, you need to be, it is important to be a master of none, but it's also important to be a master of all, jack of all trades, whatever that quote is. It's important to know a lot of things about everything, so that way you're not stuck on just one thing. You do need to be singling it out on going all out on one thing, but all four of these, all three of these, believe in yourself and get all of these: health, wealth, love, happiness. This is what we shoot for every single day. Working out, get your health. Reading books, get your wealth. The more you learn, more you earn. You're not necessarily making money reading books, but the more you learn, the more you're going to earn money. So love, happiness, hang out with friends, things like this, social life. It's very important. That's a video for today. I was rambling a lot, but I need to get this message out, spread it to you guys, and see what your thoughts are. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments. Like the video, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on. See you in the next one.